Hi, my name is Kristen, and as a part of StudentMentor.org's Tips for College Students, I'm going to be talking about study tips. So there's not one magic way I can give you to learn everything or memorize everything before test, but there are a few different ways that could work for you. Everybody's different, so try them all out, experiment, see which study method works. The first thing I always did was get out of my dorm room, because I know I was going to be distracted by my roommate, or TV was going to go on and a friend would come in, and just like it's too easy to be tempted to do other things. So get the heck out of your dorm room. Go to a library or somewhere else where you can, focus. Get a coffee. Make it enjoyable for yourself. Get some food. Get over there, and it's easier. And I would always make flashcards. Flashcards are a really good way to memorize, definitions and easy, quick things like that. There's flashcards online, so you like free websites, so you don't have to go buy index cards anymore if you don't want to. And another thing I would do is, this is not applicable for every test, but math tests and some other things, you can go to the back of the textbook, and it'll have the practice tests. Take those, because you'll be surprised how much you didn't know. Also, I always let somebody else quiz me, because the things that I skip over and when I'm studying, I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. That's the easiest part, is the part I always forget. And it's so funny when you get rid of your safety net of that paper being in front of you, that suddenly somebody else has the paper and the answers just disappear from your brain. It's really weird. But I always had a friend do it for me. Another thing I would do is study with a group. Email people in your class, and I guarantee you there are other people who really want to get together to study. Even people who you're like, oh, that's not really my friend. Just get together with them. And you'll be surprised how many answers you have and they don't have, and vice versa, and it's a really effective way to gather information. And finally, when in doubt, email the professor. If you're really struggling with a concept or something that you don't understand, the professor wants to help you. He will email you back, or sometimes I had professors who would just be like, hey, you know what, I've had a lot of people email me. Let's meet up on Wednesday at 3 p.m. at my classroom and we'll go over everything. That's amazing. So anyway, that's my tips for studying with StudentMentor.org. Again, my name is Kristen, and thanks for watching.
Welcome to the webinar recording for Get Organised for Study. This topic will be useful for ACAP, NCPS and HSA students, and this also includes students studying the diploma course in the ACAP School of Vet. This is a recording of the material we cover in the live webinar of this topic. You can watch this video straight through, or you can pause at any time to take notes or do some of the activities. You can also access the slides for this webinar from the Learning Support website. The webinar slides are available at the link on this page. This webinar assists you to understand what is required to best organise your time and maximise the potential for academic success. There will be information about planning your time by creating strategies to help avoid procrastination, and there will also be links to further resources and support you may need throughout the term. In order to plan your time well, it's a good idea to be aware about what facilitates you using your time productively, and how best you learn, and how you might waste your time. Understanding this can help you study more efficiently. Take a moment to think about the ways you can use your time more effectively. How do you use your time? How do you plan and manage your time? And what things can you do to improve on that? Sometimes we might waste our time. Think about how that can happen. What are the things that contribute to you not being able to get started on a task? For example, are there certain times of the day when it's harder to get motivated to study? Let's talk about planning. Planning is one strategy that can help you use your time more effectively and may increase your efficiency. Try using different types of planners, for example, a term planner, weekly or daily planners, to help manage your time. You can download planners from the Learning Support website. Let's look at the assignment summary as an example. It's a good idea to create this as early as possible in the term, so you have an awareness of all your assessment tasks and none get overlooked. This helps you put all the information in one place and keeps you mindful of the preparation needed for your assignments as you study. It also tracks progress so you can see at a glance your marks so far and be aware of the grades needed for coming assignments. For each of your subjects, go to the link at the top of your online class space in the student portal. This link is called Unit and Information Assignment Requirements, and transfer all the assignment information into the summary sheet. Many students find a term planner beneficial. This can help you note down when your assignments are due and mark when you need to start doing certain things during the term. You will notice that there is always a break somewhere in the middle of a term and that a term runs for 12 weeks. Make sure you check the Student Learning Support website for the most recent planner. A term planner is also useful for adding personal commitments, such as school holidays. It's also a good way to identify the periods of term that are busy, in particular when there are several assignments due all at once, particularly around week 11. This gives an overview and helps plan for these busy periods. The term planner can be slightly different for each school, so check your website for the dates. It can also be very useful to analyse how you use your time over a week. A weekly planner can be ideal for this. Analysing your use of time through a week is an effective way to identify any extra parts of your week that could be used for study. Remember, it's also important to schedule some free time. However, remember to reduce some of the other activities such as work and socialising to make time available to study. Be realistic with your planning. It won't always work out, but following a plan will certainly help. A daily planner is great for prioritising your tasks. Put your most important tasks first and start others when your top tasks are complete. Here is an example of a daily planner. You can divide your time into slots, short, medium and long time slots. Be practical and realistic about how long you spend on each task. Now let's have a look at procrastination and why we procrastinate. Take a moment to think about the reasons you might put things off. Here we've given some common reasons for procrastination. Can you relate to any of these? We've shown some solutions which may help you overcome them. There are some ways you can maximise your road to academic success. Here we have a list of a few things you can think about. You might like to pause press now. The links shown give more information on how best to manage your time. For more support and resources, considering the following websites. You might like to press pause now again. And get in touch with us at Learning Support if you have any queries or need specific advice about an assignment you're writing. Good luck with all your studies.